communication multinational company, which is KFC and McDonald's in China. Food crisis in McDonald's started on March 15, 2012, when China powerful state-run TV station, China Central Television (CCTV), used hidden cameras and exposed employees at McDonald's Sanlitun branch selling expired food. 30 minutes after the CCTV evening show, McDonald's announced that operations at the involving branch had been suspended. KFC crisis started on November 23, 2012, when China Economic Net www.ce.cn reported that one of KFC poultry providers, Shaanxi Lihai Group, raised chicken to maturity within a period as short as 45 days. In conclusion, McDonald's reaction to the CCTV report within 2 hours with an expression of remorse on its official microblog. Interestingly, KFC just only took many weeks to apologize to China customers from November 23, 2012 to January 10, 2013. Many positive comments after the McDonald's apologized to their customers or netizens through social media compared to KFC that many individuals or groups have given negative comments to them.
Communication. There are 3 types of communication, which is verbal communication, written communication, and non-verbal communication. Type of communication that have been used by McDonald's and KFC to clear the things regarding the issue of here. Written communication is contrast to verbal communication, which are oral, and written business communication are printed message. Written communication includes the letter, email, instant message, organization, periodical, and any other methods that convey written words or symbols. They may be printed on paper or appear on the screen. For example, when McDonald's had food criticism about the video from CCTV got viral and exposed the employees of McDonald's and branch selling the expired food, McDonald's used mode of communication, which is written communication, using the social media website to apologize about what had happened to McDonald's official blog. Same goes to KFC. When China Economic Net report that one of KFC poultry provider, which is under Shaanxi Lihai Group, raised chicken to maturity within a period as short as 45 days. When this problem arose, KFC was used their official microblogs to explain what is happening regarding the issue that affect and attract customer attention and also all people. As we know, microblog is a Twitter hybrid social networking service for users to post entries of 140 characters to their subscribe about any topic including words. When using microblog, all the customer or people can read it and retweet what they post and comment.
The concept that is covered in the chapter from social media and culture in crisis communication article is organizational culture. The reason why culture concept is taken from this article is to understand the culture differences to solve crisis communication among multinational companies such as McDonald's and KFC in China. Based on the article on the cultural context of crisis communication, culture influences the way stakeholders perceive and respond to a crisis. Multinational company challenge is to understand others' culture and culture sensitive in the local market. To summarize the concept of organizational culture in the article, the multinational company of McDonald's and KFC are showing that to solve the crisis communication within the company are by multiplicative interaction effects between the culture in the organization and social media to solve the crisis communication. The studies encourage people to know about the local and cultural context in which the crisis involved. This is important because it will develop effective crisis communication strategies and responses.
Conflict is a process that begins when one party perceives that another party has negatively affected or is about to negatively affected something that the first party cares about. Okay, conflict that happened to McDonald's is China Central Television, which is CCTV, use hidden camera and expose what their employees do, which is they serve expired food. Different from KFC, their conflicts is when one of KFC poultry provider raised the chicken to maturity within a period as short as only 45 days. That is the conflict occurred between two MNC companies. Go to negotiation concept, which is a process in which two or more parties exchange goods or services and attempt to agree upon the essential for them. McDonald's negotiate their conflict by apologizing to the public immediately after the exposed problem. But for KFC, they manage their conflict by apologizing, but very late, which is give a negative impact to their company.
Breaking news from China, saying that there is a miscommunication between KFC and McD, and they have overcome the situation whereby there was an issue that came across from McD and also KFC, whereby McD was selling expired products and KFC was selling underage chickens and 45 days only. So these issues came up from China, and the first question that I have to answer, was it handled well in part 3? My opinion, and also based on my research with my partner Muhammad Adin bin Ashar, whereby the situation was handled well enough, because even though KFC took a longer period than McDonald's, the problem was settled in the end and it was absolved, whereby China can no longer be encouraged by these personal matters on social media and also in cultural aspects. And furthermore, to me, in my opinion, there are certain other steps that can be taken rather than just apologizing in microblog, such as has been done by the CEO of McDonald's and also the CEO of KFC, which is the conglomerate company of Yum that is famous in China, whereby they only let out a formal letter of apologizing to the public and was not formally done within the short time period. Nonetheless, there are other steps that can be taken. To me, in my opinion, first and foremost, it is against the rules, or in this case, against the law, to actually come inside a franchise or another person's company or a working environment without the proper authority. And to make things worse, that they brought in a hidden camera, which in this case would be false evidence, and the evidence, even though was gathered, was proof to be held as something that is strong. It is considered to be null and void in court because it was gathered through illegal aspects. Another would be that the decision took by KFC took too much, and it was symbolized as if KFC did not care about its customers and did not even attempt to apologize after a short period of time. Rather than that, it took another approach whereby they denied that they had anything to do with these events, and that disciplinary actions would have been taken because it did not come across standard or quality of the company itself. Other than that, other companies or organizations or even people in general can learn from these two, which is these two, KFC and also McD in China, whereby first and foremost we can actually see the first concept here is decision making. Decision making is crucial to absolve these two issues. To solve these two issues, we need to know what is the concept that is made in decision making. First and foremost, decision making is defined to be the process of choices among alternatives, which the intention of moving towards some desired state of affairs, which was stated by McShane in 2015 in Organizational Behavior textbook. From this, we can understand that the decision took by KFC was wrong, and it was too late, rather than we should have taken McD's step, where they had to apologize, which was the correct step, even though they were cultivated and patronized by the individuals, groups, customers, even the public in general on social media. But they handled it well, they handled it precise and efficiently, rather than KFC, which took almost a year to settle this affair, which was considered to be a small matter, but covered up by their own companies, resulted in this matter being risen to a higher level and became much bigger. This can be seen because in decision, the concept of decision making is derived from 5 or 6 different steps, which is the first one: identifying the problem, choosing the best decision process, discover or develop possible choices, select the choices with the highest value, implement the selected choice, and also evaluate the choice before making it, so that we know that it can absorb the matter at hand. The second concept that can be learned from these two situations that have risen in China due to miscommunication is leadership. Why? Because when a matter is risen by the public or even by the workers of the company themselves, it means the CEO or the head of the company has to take action and settle the issue as soon as possible. So this shows that McDonald's here in this particular situation upholds their vision and mission, and also their standard and quality of product, so that customers can enjoy their products, rather than KFC, which covered up their mishaps and also their mistakes. So the issue prolonged for almost a year, and I've said this almost 3 times. Why? Because when it is taking a longer time, that means this issue has grown from something small into something very, very big, because of accumulated stories that do not add up. And in the end, it shows that KFC, not that I'm saying that they do not have leadership qualities, but they do not have leadership skills that show the values of a leader lacked in their own company. The leader itself took too much time rather than admitting their own mistakes. This shows pride, and this also shows that they do not care indirectly about their customers, and also only care about profit rather than making their customers happy. In conclusion, we can see that from these 2 situations, okay, these 2 problems arise due to miscommunication, but these 2 multinational conglomerates settled it very differently, even though their problems were very similar to one another. These issues can be taken as an example by other organizations, people, and also management teams, so that if these problems resurface again, or at least similar problems to these 2 situations can be taken into action if resurfaced. That is all. Thank you.
Didn't see that. The name is Muhammad Isyrafiddin Zainuzzaman from HE23 Islamic Finance with Honors. Go.
Oh, hello there. My name is Muhammad Adi bin Azhar. I am from HE23.